Hi guys, welcome to my couch. Today we'll be speaking about overcoming fear and imposter syndrome. Well, some say impostor, some say imposter, whichever. I'll be going with imposter. Yeah, because that's easier for me. What is imposter syndrome? Imposter syndrome is a psychological situation that makes individuals to doubt their skills, their competence, their abilities, their achievements, even when there are evidences to prove that these successes are real. So you can have a certification, you can come first in class, you can get a trophy, you can have written the paper, you can have gotten the approval, you can have gotten the recognition. Imposter syndrome just keeps telling you, you're a fraud. By the time they catch you, by the time people see that, all these things, they are lies, to be your undoing. Sometimes imposter syndrome is funny. It begins with the littlest of things. This your hair is fine. It's not, yeah, how? It's just normal style, it's all back. I don't like compliments. Compliments make me feel a certain way. It causes pride. Did I just tell you that imposter syndrome is not humility? In case you were thinking that, you have honed one fruit of the spirits. If devil wants to catch you anything, it can't be humility. Because anything people tell you, say it can't be me. It is not me. It's not as if you haven't given God the glory. All you own is that it's not you. It cannot be you. It was not you. It will not be you. It can be anything. Say, oh my God, I had your contribution today at the meeting. Excellent, excellent. I mean, that was thinking out of the box. And the person will tell you, a person will tell me, oh, Sammy, no, who gave the contribution? It's you that gave the contribution. And then sometimes it's not even that they don't know that they did it. They know they did it, but they don't just think that it's worth the compliment, it's worth the achievement. Something their head just keeps telling them that this thing is not real. By the time people find out that it could be better, somebody writes, oh God, I used to have a friend that should write something. I'm like, this thing is like I'll read it, I'll be like, hey, where's my own sense? Like, how can I just write so? Have you read professional writing? Like not like professional writing. Someone that writing, it looks like a work from a scholar. When you're reading, you'll be feeling as if Aristotle is beside you. You know that she writes so good. But anytime it comes to presentation time, I don't know where she keeps the paper that she gave me to read. She will correct herself, modify the paper to the point that it becomes rubbish. By the time she comes to present, everybody's just like, please, can we have next person? You apparently didn't understand what it was you were asked to write about. Your paper is trash. And then she comes to me and then she's crying. I'm like, what happened to the first paper you gave me to read that I told you that paper was good? She's like, I read it, something was just off. It felt like I was doing too much, or it felt like I was not doing enough. The imposter syndrome makes you question yourself, like it shreds you of layers of self belief, self self-awareness to the point that even you doubt your competence. That's what imposter syndrome does. Sometimes you don't even know that it's imposter syndrome. And that's why I began with little things like compliments. This your dress is fine. It's just normal, though. It's normal. But it's fine. What happened to say thank you? What just it's this your dress is fine. Oh, thank you. Oh, you look lovely. Thank you. What happened to that? Say, are you the one that sewed this clothes? It's me. Oh, you know me. I'm still learning work. It's not. Did you even allow the person? Shut up. Shut up. Allow the person to talk. Allow the person to say what they need to say. But no, you don't even let the compliment drop. You don't even let the compliment land. Nothing of that nature. Imposter syndrome is shrinking yourself, shortchanging yourself, underselling yourself. I think for interviews that will ask them, so tell us about yourself. They've done this work before. There've been managers where they are coming from. Oh. Say, so from your resume, it says that you've managed teams, to achieve very salient goals at your last establishment. This was what you did. By the help of God, by the help of God, I try my best. God does the rest. Um, so, do you think that if you are given this challenge, you'd be able to manage a team of 15 people? I'll see what I can do. You came from a place where you were managing a team. What makes you think you can't manage a team here? You find something online, you're like, I can do this thing now. I can do this thing. Somebody calls you, say, okay, do it. How much do you want us to pay you? And then because of imposter syndrome, you end up running at a loss. You can't market what you do. It's not pride. When you've worked hard, when you've read hard, when you've studied hard, when you've invested so much and it turned out great, people are clapping, accept it. You got second position, so those that have first position, they have two heads. Those that also got second position, do they have two heads? Through the journey of life, there'll be ups and there'll be downs. And it's just normal to be able to beat yourself up when you're down. You don't even need help to beat yourself up when you're down. If you can't applaud yourself, the least you can do is accept the applause now. Accept when you say congratulations, well done. Say, this one they are saying well done. Let's not be that they are trying to set me up. This one they are saying congratulations. They'll still be saying people that if I not do it well. Later. But now they said congratulations. Thank you. Now they said well done. Thank you. Now, pretty lady at the back, please can you two are turning. You don't think put your face, pretty lady at the back. What's the worst that will happen? The worst that will happen, they'll be like, oh, not you, this pretty lady. I meant the pretty lady behind the pretty lady. That's okay. That's fine in itself. But because of how we live in such a performance-driven society, if I put it that way, it's all about the next thing, the next big thing, the next big thing. We barely even sit with ourselves to even savor the moments. Yesterday, you sold 2,000. Today, you sold 5,000. That's an achievement. Imposter syndrome will tell you, hmm, let's not be that you cheated somebody, not give them correct balance. Or maybe could you check again? You check your books, you check your books, you check your books. At the end of the day, you come back the next day, you sold 1,000. And you're like, that's how business is. Some days are harder than some. But whatever happened to the day you sold 5,000, why didn't you just sit and take the applause? How do you tackle imposter syndrome? The feeling of, oh my God, I'm not that good. The feeling of, ha, what if, what if, what if not? The feeling of, ah, by the time they find out that maybe I'm not great at the next task, everything I've done will crumble. What if not? If you find yourself self doubting, if you find yourself, even when you have evident track record of great success, evident track record of people management, evident track record of public speaking, of writing, of drawing, of sketching, of marketing, of sales, you have a proven track record of these things. It's okay if you don't believe yourself. Can you believe your certificate? Your lecturer did not know you personally. He marked your script. He gave you 90 over 100. You didn't bribe him. So it's not okay if you self doubt to that extent. But it is a safe place to start if you don't trust your own assessment of yourself. But if you can trust the assessment of people that you trust. So if your friend tells you, this your hair is nice, believe them. It is nice. Because you didn't pick a hypocrite as a friend. Did you pick a liar as a friend? Did you pick an enemy as a friend? If your friend tells you, oh, I like the way you're handling this situation, you're handling with such grit and maturity, believe them. And it starts from little things like compliments. Put yourself to a test. Say this week, if I get a compliment, I will accept it. Because imposter syndrome will make you doubt yourself so much to the point that you even begin to doubt what people say. At the end of the day, that your biggest fear becomes your reality because it all starts from the mind. If your mind tells you you can't, irrespective of how your body tries, your body aligns with your mind. So give yourself a task. If you find out that the imposter syndrome is something you deal with, tell yourself this week, I say thank you to every compliment. Even if you can't take it, even if you can't accept it, you can't swallow it, even if you don't believe it, this week, give yourself a task. Say this week, for every compliment I get, I'd smile and I'd say thank you. You find out that by next week, it won't be as hard as you thought. Another thing I'd say is imposter syndrome makes you feel that you are either a fraud and then it causes anxiety. So sometimes when you say, oh, I just find myself that I'm anxious, don't just say, oh, I'm anxious. Investigate the root cause of the anxiety. If you can trace it all the way down to imposter syndrome, then it's a good place to give yourself the task I just said. This week, take compliments. I know the funny thing about imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome does not stop you from seeing the good things other people are doing and the accomplishments of other people. That's the bad thing. That's the funny thing about imposter syndrome. You don't believe that you are that good, but you know how to recognize good. So you be telling people, you are great. Hey, did you just hear the bars you dropped? Ah, oh, if I could do this thing, person say, you can't do it. Say, we'll get there. We'll get there. Meanwhile, you are there. Imposter syndrome gives, it serves and serves and serves. And sometimes, if it's not even watched, imposter syndrome, because of anxiety and all of the likes, can cause depression, can cause unnecessary comparison. You begin to think that you're not good enough when you are good enough. Another thing that imposter syndrome does is because you self sabotage so much, it doesn't even allow you to dare for new things. It doesn't even allow you to believe for greater things. It doesn't even allow you to challenge yourself. It doesn't even allow you to become all that you were meant to be. So you can never get to your greatest potential. So what I would say is sit with your feelings. Why do I think that people would think that I'm not good? Why do I think that there's going to be one massive discovery that, so you're not that great? Why do you anticipate such evil, such undoing? Why do you anticipate that? And do you know the funny thing? If you can anticipate that, that means you can anticipate better. You can anticipate the opposite. So what I mean is, if you have the capacity to be hungry, you have the capacity to be full. If you have the capacity to be thirsty, that means you have the capacity to drink water. If you have the capacity to be naked, that means you have the capacity to be fully clothed. That's what I mean. So if you have the capacity to think that you cannot be all that, to think that this thing was not you, that means you have the capacity to be all that you think that you're not. Define your fears. You know, sometimes our problems are bigger than we think because we've not put a name to it. So, for example, I just know that I just fear. Oh, I just fear being alone. I just fear being alone. By the time I say, oh, I'm afraid of being claustrophobic, I put a name to it. I understand that. Oh, I don't like tight spaces. I work on it. At the end of the day, that thing I was saying, yeah, I'm fearful. I'm fearful. You were not fearful. You just didn't like tight spaces. It's okay. When you see tight spaces, it's okay. You take exercises, you breathe, you breathe, you breathe. You do all that. So sit with your feelings. Identify your fears. What are you afraid of? That they will find out that what you're not that smart. You can never be the dumbest. And if you're not the dumbest, that means you're smarter than somebody. And if you said well done to your job, that means for that season, you were the smartest. Your idea was the brightest. So sit with your feelings, identify what your fears are, talk with yourself about them, and sometimes speak loudly. You know, it's different when you think something in your head and when you voice it out loud. Find people prep talk themselves. So you look into the mirror and be like, you are beautiful, you are smart, you've got this. No one can talk you down. It comes off like, like play, like joke. It's not that deep. But you say it over and over and over again. When it just begins to sink in, I'm beautiful. You say it differently. You say it with I'm beautiful. You were looking for the sticker. I'm smart. I'm wise. I've got this. I when they just stand in front of the mirror and maybe I just rushing. And then you just find out that we're not looking at all the spaces anymore. Just like, you're beautiful, you're smart, you've got this, you're intelligent. No one can talk me down. I'm a woman and I deserve to be there. You even begin to add things that you never even rehearsed. And that's the beauty of it all. I'd say identify your triggers. What triggers you? For some, it could just be loud recognition, open recognition. It's okay if you send it to them via mail and then find ways around your triggers too as well. Then reward yourself. Decide that you're going to give yourself some sort of reward system. Even if you don't believe yourself for yourself, when you get a mail that says congratulations or well done, get a gift for yourself. Something you actually like. From little things to big things. Over time, you will see that even you like reward. Buy a jewelry, get a new bag, take yourself on vacation, buy a PS5, whatever it is. Begin to give yourself little rewards for effort. So, because imposter syndrome doesn't make you actually sit to identify and enjoy your accomplishments, you always set for that target. You say, well done, no, you got 80. You're like, person that got 90, you get 90, person that get 100. So what you just do with imposter syndrome is when you get to a particular landmark, tell yourself well done. When you get to another, tell yourself well done. It could be little thing. It could be cards that say, I don't even believe. And you know that's the beauty about writing out your feelings. Sometimes when you write out your feelings and then you read them out loud, you hear yourself, you see yourself, you understand yourself, and then you know what to do better. Imposter syndrome has stopped a lot of people from living to their fullest potentials. Has stopped a lot of people from even daring for more, from even accepting challenges. Has stopped a lot of people from even accepting promotion. Say, oh, you've been great at being an assistant manager. We are thinking about the managerial position for you. Like, no, please give it to somebody else. I don't think, and you've been assisting all your life. You don't think that even you two deserve to be assisted. Imposter syndrome is real. Should it be you that's going through imposter syndrome? You have traits of imposter syndrome. Don't just die in silence. Do something about it. And the change begins with you. I hope you'll be able to learn a thing or two. Until next time, when I see you on my couch.